Tomi ekatele hitara tomoto shimata kila hitara tomoto shamara kila pratomoto shamarata. Yamotoro tokoro tomoto shala hitara kotomo hitara tada. Yamoto shamarata ma hitara kamamara pratomoto la tokoro tomoto she. Greetings and blessings to each of you. I am the GodStar Ambassador, known to you here as Marcus. We have been working very diligently and very hard on assisting each and every one of you upon your journey and upon your path on this planet. We've also been working very diligently and hard on moving this project forward and ensuring that everything is in its proper place and that things are unveiling and happening according to the greater plan. We do understand that for some of you, you have this tendency to be impatient for things. We are looking at things from a greater perspective, from a large picture perspective instead of one little item perspective. So it is important to realize that patience is a vital virtue, not in life necessarily, but in your own personal journey. Everything that occurs with spirit happens in divine time, divine order, and divine rightness. And it happens according to a greater plan that takes into consideration your individual journey and your individual contract that you have made with yourself for your incarnation. You have chosen wisely for the things you wish to experience, the things that you wish to go through here, for the interactions that you will have, for the relationships that you will have, for the children you will have. Things are not done in a very fast manner most times. However, the more you connect in with the quantum space, the more you will have more time, shall we say. When you go and you live a week, and it feels like you have been doing this for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, when it's only been a week, you are in truth moving forward at a quicker rate. So the purpose of today's channeling is very simple. Today's channeling has to do with something about giving you information that will enable you to have more information moving forward. So the first thing that we are going to start with is recently there was a release of energy onto the planet, which El Shaddai has spoken about here the last time he came in, with regards to assisting in this transformation and the change of planet Earth, as well as the humanity of Earth moving into the age of awareness, as El Shaddai would say. Because of this happening, this energy has already begun its travels, shall we say, around the world. It will take time for it to reach the right number of, or the right percentage of the human population, but it will do so. Now, another thing that has just recently occurred in your time frame within the last 24 hours is that all of the Earth-based dragon guardians who have been here on this planet protecting this world and this project, they have all been released. They have all left the planet. They returned to that place near the great central sun, where they are going through a process as we speak of rejuvenation and transformation, because if you were to look at them as they left here, they would appear very ancient. And the reason is because they have been extracting negative energies and negativity and all of these things to assist what you term Mother Earth or Gaia, as well as to assist the star seeds and the humanity of Earth, the entire project. And so this transformational process that they are now currently undergoing is to release and clear all of these things that they have been removing here. As such, the Order of Armaeus is taking its position and has already taken its position and is in charge of assisting and protecting the very nature of this project. They have been going through a transformation of their own. The general in charge of the Order of Armaeus has been promoted, shall we say, to an ambassadorial role. And there is a new general in charge of the Order of Armaeus, and he comes from the GodStar. He is someone who takes his role quite seriously. And as such, there are those within the Order of Armaeus who are going through advanced training, and they are now taking their place as well. Because with the transition that this planet is undergoing, and the evolution and ascension that this planet will experience, when the ascension happens on this planet for the humanity of Earth, for the native human population, it is going to create an evolutionary increase of vibrational frequency for this entire universe. There are many, many beings out there who fear because they do not know what this means for them. But there are many worlds who are going through transformations of their own as their people transform from one type of individual to another. Like there are worlds of darkness who are changing over into worlds of light. There are also those worlds of light changing over to worlds of darkness. Because just like you experience a multitude of different lifetimes and incarnations upon this world, to experience all the different facets and energies that this world has to offer you. And the same token, those individuals in the universe also wish to experience as much as they can experience so that they gain their understanding and continue their evolutionary journey. Most people think that once you reach the fifth dimension, that is the final destination. It is not. There are a multitude of different dimensions, realities, and there is many, many different areas for an individual soul to experience and explore and to understand. You do not need to be concerned with this at this moment for the simple reason you are incarnated here. Another change that has occurred because of what has been happening and the advancements that have occurred, because to be honest with you, you are ahead of schedule. So, initially, we were looking at 70 to 75% of the current star seeds who have been here throughout this grand cycle in transitioning after their current incarnation and returning home, with the 25 to 30% returning back here for another 2 to 3, maybe as many as 4 lifetimes. What is now occurring is 90 to 93% of the current star seeds who have been here throughout this entire grand cycle are now going to be returning home at the conclusion of this particular incarnation. As such, there has been a strong push over the last, in your terminology and in your time frame, in the last 20 to 30 years, bringing in as many of the new starseed who will be assisting this planet moving forward into the age of awareness in their coming in and taking care of what they are here to take care of and do. Each of you have been tremendously honored for the service that you have rendered for this project and for this world. It is very important to realize and remember that although you are here on this planet and as such you are having to experience and go through the normal things that you would go through being incarnated here, you are part of something much grander and much greater. You are part of the cosmic family. You are part of another world that you will rejoin soon enough. So we have some advice, if you will. Be very, very mindful to follow your heart and guidance, to discern, see what resonates, and to follow that. Because here's what is happening, and this is some new information for each and every one of you. Many of you are here on a particular mission. You are here to do certain things. And for many of you, this is now altering and changing. So some of you may find yourselves in situations where your relationships are going to change. Who you are with may change. Where you are living may change. People are being pushed out of their current situations and into new situations because things have been changing. New protocols have been activated. New situations are indeed happening now. The more you can rely on your own intuition and heart and discern and see what truly resonates, not what everyone else tells you you should be doing or what you should have as truth, but actually following your own inner guidance and discernment, then you will find yourself moving and transforming and changing and altering where you are, what you are doing, who you are with, because it is part of the transition that is currently undergoing and happening. As I stated, you are ahead of schedule. And this is very important to remember. It is also very exciting. Choices have been made. A declaration was made by the High Council of the Reptilians that said that they are to prepare for what is coming with the evolution of the universe, for it cannot be stopped, and they realize this. There are still minor groups of those of darkness who are still trying to interfere and create mischief. So it is important to be mindful, to protect yourself by stating your rules, by calling on assistance, by creating bubbles around you to protect you if you need to cut your cords every day. These types of things are very important. It is important for you to understand that some of the transformation of dark to light has already begun. That it has happened on this planet. And when that moment came and when that happened, it changed everything. A choice was made. An opportunity was seized. You are here because you were chosen to be here and you chose to be here. You are masters, ascended masters of Earth. But it is important for you to act as such, to realize that it is not about ego or anything else. It is about that sacred bond, that sacredness between you and Spirit and those that you resonate with the most, those you work with on the other side, those who are family on the other side. Things are going to begin to move quickly. And we do understand that that has already been the case for many of you. But it is going to quicken even more. There is much to be done and not a lot of time left to do it. Because those entrusted to do these things are on limited time. And they won't be back. Therefore, at this moment, at this time, I will take questions. Please write your questions in. If it is a question that you should be answering yourself, I will not answer it. But if it is a question from your heart, a proper question, I will assure you it will be answered. Nick Mohi, you say you have a split soul. Where are the fragments, and what will happen when they come back together? In truth, you do not have a split soul. A split soul is actually something different. What you have is there are pieces of your soul that are still in areas from your past incarnations. When you go through your final crossover, shall we say, there is a procedure that will take place that is monitored by Denath and his medical team. In any fragment of your soul that has been left behind in other incarnations will re-merge with yourself, and then you will, once that is complete, you will then re-merge, or you will re-enter your actual physical body up there. You will then go through a reintegration process where you will be made aware of all of the incarnations you've had here, the things you have done, and be brought back into a full awareness of who you truly are and where you belong. And then you'll be rejoined with those from your home who will then be taking you back home so that you can reacquaint with your actual true life. I hope that answers that question. Stacy Smith, you had a healing of some sort, and the healer said she felt many angels and guides around you, that you have very special abilities that you're not actively using. You're wondering if I know what those abilities are and what the name of your guide is. He is very bad with names, and so no, I'm not able to bring through a name for you. You do have abilities that you are not currently using. However, these abilities will manifest once you fully move into your heart. In the moment, what is in your energy is that you have a tendency to put more stock in what other people say than in what your heart says. And the more you open to your own heart and connect to your own heart, those abilities will just naturally manifest. In order for those things to manifest, you have to be more in alignment with your own true energy. And so that is how it comes about. I will say that you have a unique ability of healing, more than normal healing, but you can do etheric healing, but you are also very talented around soul healing as well. Lucy Pearson, for a couple of months now, you feel you had lost your way, slowly starting to come back. Any advice on how to get your spirit back? You've been depressed and negative lately. The truth of the matter is you have never lost your spirit. You've been going through a transformational aspect period. And many times when this happens, the individual has to be taken offline, or at least taken offline to a great extent in order to achieve the greatest healing and the greatest transformational process that can be achieved. The bottom line is that you need to focus now more on loving yourself. When you feel negative, wrap it in nice paper with a bow on it, and put it into a chest and let it disappear out of your life. You've also been feeling homesick and alone in some regards. And you just need to understand that you're not alone. You have a great deal of assistance with you. But you need to start really focusing on love of self and honoring self and self-care. This has to be your top priority at this time. And that will assist you much more in assisting in completing this transformational period than anything else. Peter. I'm going to make an assumption, if you do not mind. It says, where do the Frey origins come from and how they relate to Source? I am going to assume you mean the Fae. If you mean the Fae, they are volunteers, starseed like yourself. They are here to assist the planet. They are here working with the planet. So their connection to Source would be like any other starseed. When they are not here, although they may appear very much the same as they do here, they also appear very differently because they are not tiny creatures in true reality. Amanda Sears, what is a twin flame? In the context of this discussion or this question, I will make it very, very clear. There is a difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. A soulmate is somebody who you have shared many, many lifetimes with. There is a true bond in friendship, or there is a real knowingness between the two of you because of shared experiences and lifetimes and things like that. That is a soulmate. A twin flame is literally your other half. So in true reality, if you are with your twin flame, one will be male, one will be female. For twin flames, generally speaking, most individuals' twin flame is either on the planet but in a different location to where they won't come together or meet, or the starseed is here and their twin flame is on the other side, assisting the person here, but still on the other side. For twin flames to come together in physical on this planet, in this experience, third dimensional reality, it is treacherous at best. What ends up happening here is much of your personality, or the manners, the way you interact with people, stems from your experiences in this incarnation. Many of you have gone through a multitude of different things and experiences. and you wear masks and you have walls up and different things. But when you come together with your twin flame here, each one of you to each other are pushing your buttons back and forth. And what you're saying, although it's not coming out verbally here, what you're saying is you're not being authentic, you're not being authentic. And it is a very, very treacherous minefield for twin flames to come together in physical here. This one is with his twin flame. And there are those who will say that if you have a relationship with your twin flame, it is the greatest relationship that there can be. And in true reality, that is true. There is a balance that transcends everything else between the two of you. However, it also took them almost 14 years to get to that point. They almost didn't make 2 years because it is so difficult for twin flames to come together here. That generally speaking, unless it is highly, highly important that they come together, generally they are kept apart. So, Deborah, you have felt the need to cleanse your body diet-wise, and you feel the beautiful energy and change. This is happening with many people. Listen to your bodies. You will have people out there. If you want to be spiritual, you have to be a vegan or a vegetarian. Or do not listen to these people. They do not know what they're talking about. Eat what your body needs, what it requires, what it wants. I will give you an example. This one, because of where he was raised, would eat red meat 3 meals a day, at least 2. And now he only eats red meat maybe once or twice a month because his body doesn't want it. It wants chicken or fish, seafood, vegetables. And so he eats what his body wants, and that's what you need to do. And if you do that, it will actually help put your body into alignment more to allow for the higher vibrational energies to come through, and that's going to assist you greatly on the path that you are walking here. Christine Farnham, you feel torn when you cut cords with your earth family. You know it's for your best and highest good to step away from their toxicity. Can you please help with how you can continue to have discernment and to be impervious from their attacks? It is a challenge. You have chosen your family. You didn't choose your family so that you could go through life miserable or being tormented by the relationship and how it manifests in your life. Sometimes you have to step away completely. And it is for your highest good. The bottom line is that you chose your parents and your family for a reason. It was to put you onto the pathway that you needed to be on, to give you those things that you required to have the experiences that you had chosen, to meet the people you needed to meet, to experience what you needed to experience, all of these things. When you get to a particular point on that journey, if that relationship does not uplift you, then you walk away. You can place a bubble around that relationship so that the energy that they may send or cord you with does not reach you. Because they are your earth-based family, sometimes those will move through, but there again, my recommendation is to cut your cords every day. If you need to, twice a day. Angel Divine, you feel emotional ups and downs, searching for directions and clarities. Any guidance and insights will be appropriated, appreciated. Angel, listen very carefully. You have to be willing to see what is there in front of you. You have been receiving guidance and ignoring it. You have been receiving guidance and thinking, no, that can't be right. When you receive guidance, discern. Does it resonate? You cannot determine if something resonates from your mind. That only comes from your heart. You need to learn to trust your inside guidance more. And if you do, you will not need to ask this question again. Heather Dawn Wood, as far as specific landmarks that you should visit on Earth, trust your heart, follow it, and it will lead you to where you need to go to. Michelle, you can always watch the replay. Donna, your twin flame is on the other side, and you do have a child on the other side, but your child is not here. The rest will come in time. Svelte, Bruha. Strange things have been going on for the last 10 years for you. You do not know how to describe them in a simple way. Plus, too embarrassed or shy to say due to fear of ridicule, but dreams versus reality, you cannot decipher at times. Number one, we do not ridicule anyone. You are very much in tune and connected to the quantum. So sometimes this causes some glitches where you do not know if it is reality here or reality there. My recommendation to you, my suggestion to you is to focus on what is important and what resonates here, because truth be told, you are here. With regards to lights beaming in your back bedroom window, do not fear. Simply put a bubble around your house with the intent that only those things for your highest and greatest good can enter. Everything else bounces away. And then see what happens. Focus more on your heart and let go of the fear. It's part of your journey. Renee, trust your heart. You know what you are doing. You know what to do. He has his path. And you are guiding him from your heart. That is what you are to do. And that is what you are doing. Trust in that. Peter, will there be new dragons born? There are new dragons that are born regularly. And they are those who wish are trained in many different areas. They are extraordinary creatures. I spent some time recently with several, completing a process that I was going through. Dragons do not have babies, shall we say, very often, but they do. I will complete my conversation at this particular point and juncture. Please understand and realize that you are not alone. Please trust in your heart in the process. Follow it and follow what resonates. There is a great deal happening at this time. And many of you are going to be asked to relinquish control of certain things, perhaps where you live, relationships, jobs, and move on to other things. Follow it. My name is Marcus. I am the GodStar Ambassador. Much love and many blessings to all of you.